Welcome y'all back to some more algebra. Today we're looking at 2.2, the functions of algebra. Now I am going to go ahead and split 2.2 to two different parts. So you'll see another video, one called 2.2b, kind of second part. But let's talk about some algebra stuff. So now as we're getting into algebra and more specifically solving certain problems, that's what algebra is. You're just plugging in numbers and solve. We're going to look at how that works. So you'll see equations like this throughout the homework say, hey, f of 3, g of 3, f of 10, g of 10. Now, these are saying that functions. Now, they'll switch these letters. This still means the function according to 3, the function according to 3, the function according to 10, so on. So, but specifically tells you which function to use. So you're going to use the f function. This is the f function. Or you're going to use the g function. This is the g function. Now, as you look at right here, we're saying f of 3. So wherever there's an x, I'm not going to replace it with a 3. So f of 3 equals, instead of x plus 2, we're going to do 3 plus 2. We're replacing all the x's, which gives us 5. Easy enough. What about f of 10? Same thing. That means 10 plus 2 gives us 12. Now it switches up here. G of 3. Should we get the same answer? We'll see. So g of 3, we're replacing the x. So now we have 3 squared plus 1, which gives us 10. And then g of 10, same thing. We're replacing the x with a 10. So it's 10 squared plus 1, which equals 101. Simple enough. When you're given a function with a number, you're going to use the letter in front tells you which function to use. The number inside tells you what to replace the x's. So the way you kind of see these functions sometimes will be like this. You'll see f plus g of x, which means you add the two functions. F minus g of x means you subtract the two functions. Fg of x means the first function times the second function. And then f dash g of x means you are dividing the two functions. Now, that being said, whatever the value of this down here, it cannot be 0. So that kind of goes back to domain. Our domain cannot reach domain and range. When we were doing domain and range, we talked about how certain values in the denominator cannot be 0. That means we can limit the domain. So that's what this is right here. All right, so take a look right here. We're gonna work these two problems out. Well, this 6 problems out. But there's two different things. One with numbers, one without. I want to show you how we're gonna do this. You'll have problems like this, and then you'll have problems like this. We're using the exact same two functions. So f plus g, like we said, we're gonna add these two functions. So that means f plus g means x, the first function, x squared minus 4, plus the second function, x plus 2. Combine log terms, you got x squared, and then plus x, and then negative 4 plus 2 would be negative 2. That's it. You solved it. You're done. You simplified it. F minus g, that's very specific. That minus sign means you're going to subtract the whole value of g. So that means x squared, which is the minus 4, the f of x, and that's minus, and I'm going to put parentheses around this because you're subtracting both functions. So we're going to distribute that negative, meaning we get x squared minus 4 minus x minus 2. That switches the sign of the x and the 2 right there, giving us a final answer of x squared minus x minus 6. See how they get different right there? F of g of x means f of x. You're multiplying these two functions right here. So we're going to have x squared minus 4 times x plus 2. So we'll distribute that value. X squared times x equals x to the third. X squared times 2 equals 2x squared. Negative 4 times x equals negative 4x. And of course, negative 4 times 2 gives us a negative 8. Can we add any like terms? Nope. That's as simplified as it can get. So that's our final answer right there. Now, f divided by x. Let's look at that. So we're going to have x squared minus 4 over x plus 2. Now, you would think you're done, but x squared minus 4 does simplify, y'all. That's a difference of squares. That's an x minus 2 times an x plus 2 all over x plus 2. I specifically picked this problem right here with these right here for this reason. So you see, just because you set the equation up doesn't mean we're done. Here, we can set them up and then simplify. We still got to simplify here. That reduces that right there. So I get a 1 to the denominator, and the top is x minus 2. So it's x minus 2 over 1. So we don't write that over 1. We'll leave it as x minus 2. right there. That's our final answer. Now, g of x, let's look at that. That means you're going to multiply the same problem with itself. So you're saying g of x. We're going to multiply it with itself. So we do that. We get x squared, x times x squared, x times 2, 2x, 2 times x, 2x, and then 2 times 2 plus 4. Combine like terms, you get x squared plus 4x plus 4. Yeah. Now, domain of f of g of x. What will be the domain of this problem right here? Before we simplify, x cannot be a negative 2. Because if x cannot be a negative 2 before, but once we simplify, actually saw what the final answer will be, then we're good right there. It can be any number. So we really got to make sure you simplify it and see what your final answer is to see what it can be. So let's take these exact same problem right here and add numbers this time. So here they're saying 5. So when they have it like this, f plus g of 5, that means both of these will be 5 in this particular case right here. Both of these will be 5. So let's do that. Let's plug in a 5 right there and a 5 right there. So we'll have in this f plus g, we're going to have 5 squared minus 4, sorry. Minus 4 plus 5 plus 2. Now, order operation still matters here. We still work this out here. So 5 squared will be 25. Minus 4 will be what? 21. Plus 5 will be 26. Plus 2. 28, y'all. 28. Now, f minus g of 3, we're going to put the 3 in both of these. We get 3 squared minus 4 minus, we got to do, make sure, we're going to distribute that negative. It'll be 3 plus 2. So they have 3 squared is 9. 9 minus 4, of course, is 5. And now 3 plus 2 is 5. Well, then we got 5 minus 5. So 9 minus 4 is 5. Minus 5 gives us 0, y'all. 0. F times g of 4. We're going to multiply these. So we have 4 squared minus 4, which is the f of g, times 4 plus 2. Let's see what we get there. So 4 squared is 16. 16 minus 4 is, of course, 12. 4 plus 2 is 6. 12 times 6. Ooh, what is that? 12 times 6. 12 times 6. 72. So yes, we're going to get 12. Well, so this is 16. 16 minus 4. This whole thing is 12 right there. All right. The next one, f of g of negative 2. We're going to put negative 2 in both of these. We get negative 2. Now, we got to put parentheses because we got to include that negative. Negative 2 squared minus 4 over negative 2 plus 2. So we do that negative 2 squared. It becomes a positive 4 and then minus 4. But in the bottom, we get negative 2 plus 2 gives us 0. And then we end up getting 0 over 0. Can't have that. So not possible here. G of 2, we're saying 2 plus 2 times 2 plus 2. So we got 4 times 4. We got 16 for that problem right there, y'all. So domain of f of g, still the same thing right here. We cannot have 0. So our answer cannot be negative 2 because we are substituting this time. X cannot equal negative 2 in this case right here. All right, y'all. Hopefully that helps out, and I'll see you on the day. Bye.